Hi everyone, and welcome to tutorial 6 of our Johanna Basford Enchanted Forest piece. You can see that we've been looking at light sources if you've been following so far, and you will have on the previous tutorial been able to finish your lovely tree house with the light sources illuminating from the two windows. What we're going to do today is finish off the lantern. And because this is a night scene, it's going to be an all black background. What I wanted to do was take the light from the lantern through what would be the deep blue of the night sky into the very black of the night sky. So you can see that I've been working up my shades around this lantern. And I've got 4 more shades left to do. And I was quickly going to show you what I've been doing to produce this effect in the rest of the shades that I've got left. You'll be able to see I've got a swatch on this side, which is what I've been using for the lantern light. So we started with cloud blue, which is the lightest, and this is the band that's directly outside the lemon yellow and the cream of the lantern light. And then these bands, so all the way from here to here, I've gone through powder blue, blue slate, Caribbean Sea, blue lake, cobalt blue, China blue, and I've now got my Copenhagen blue in my hand. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the rest of those blue colours to finish off this lantern light. And you'll probably notice as well that I've just finished off this very bottom left hand corner in pure black. We'd taken the door light through to 90% warm grey, I think in tutorial 1. So what I've done is just blend black into that 90% warm grey and then block colour in this little tiny bit of black at the base. Okay, so let's have a look at the lantern light. As I say, I'm zoomed out again pretty far today because I am going to be twisting my page again as I was yesterday, as this is a circle going round, and moving the paper is a lot easier than it is putting your wrist into awkward positions. So I've got my Copenhagen blue, and I'm not doing circular strokes as I was before. I'm going to be doing little outward strokes simply because I want that light from the lantern to kind of go whoa like that. So we're going to use a slightly different stroke but exactly the same method of blending. So I've got my Copenhagen blue, we're there on the swatch, we're down here, and I'm just going to mark myself out, just sketch out about 1 centimetre, and I'm just doing this by eye with the oval that I've made as I've built it up, and then on this side as well. And then all we're going to do is quickly do the same blending technique. So I'm going to make myself a little light touch line there, little light touch line over the previous colour, which was China blue, and then everything else in between gets a firmer touch. So in between, so we're still leaving ourselves a line of light touch here. Just going to move this to one side. There we go. Sorry if you can hear Freckle the Dalmatian barking. And then I'm just going to gently fill in, do the same, and being careful of these little grassy leaves here. As I say, these were coloured in quite a few days ago in the gel pen, so they're very much dry. And then once we've done all of the lantern light, all we've got left to do is the totally black background. But what I'm going to do is put that in a separate little end tutorial because I want to explain to you a little bit about art sticks. And I'll be using my black Prisma art stick to do a lot of the sky. But you won't need one. You absolutely won't need one to finish your piece off. So I'm just going back to my China blue and just firmly over that join between the two colours, going back to that lighter shade and just blending away that join. And I'm going to do the same up here. So back to my Copenhagen blue. Gently over this line. And you can see I'm not going round like that this time. I'm actually making little, it's not scumbling, we're not going round in circles, but I'm actually making little vertical lines. And then the whole piece of this between the these two mushroom stalks will be this lovely Copenhagen blue colour. So I can press on quite firmly because there'll be nothing to blend out against this edge, because the blending would fall behind what would be the edge of the mushroom stalk. So again, just lightly marking myself a little line like that, and everything in between gets a firmer hand. You'd be sick of hearing me say that by now, I think. There we go. Just carefully around this mushroom, like that. And then we'll block colour in this little bit here. So again, I've left myself my area of light touch there around the very edge. Quickly going back to my China blue. Same principle, pressing firmly over the join between these two colours. And just blend away that variation in colour. Like that. So my China blue can go back in my box. I'm now going to my denim blue. And I'm going to do exactly the same. So I'm just making sure you can still see what I'm doing. Mark myself out a little centimetre here in my denim blue. Again, lightly over here. Make myself a little light touch band on the outside. And then everything else inside gets a firmer touch again, just being a little bit careful of these grass blades. Like that. So it really will look like the light is radiating out of that lantern into the blackness of the sky, but it just picks up a little bit of the blue night sky and just makes it a lot more interesting than just having a pure solid black. There we go, just going back to my Copenhagen blue and just blending over that line there. Again, on this side, back to my denim blue. Sketch myself out a little centimetre. Tiptoeing through the mushrooms, like that. Lightly over this edge. And you probably need to keep your pencils quite sharp, because the detail in trying to get down into these mushroom blades takes a little bit of concentration. And I don't think my very thins, which are the PrismaColour thin tipped nibs, I don't think they come in quite as many of these blues, which is why I've chosen to use my normal PrismaColours, but just keep them nice and sharp. So a little light touch band. Firmer in between. And as I say, you can, I'm just doing this blending with my pencils as best I can. I'll probably go over it with my blender pencil after the tutorial, and you can blend with your colours and your blender pencil as many times as you want. But I'm just going to do it with my pencils for the sake of the video, and then I'll probably go back and just smooth it out a little bit. So I'm still on my denim blue, remember. Just working my way around the mushrooms, gently, gently. Like that. And as I say, I'm just doing this oval by eye because it's just kind of gradually got bigger from the shape of the lantern. But if you wanted to use a flexible ruler, or you wanted to kind of sketch yourself out an oval in pencil first, however you feel more comfortable working to get that shape. Okay. So my Copenhagen blue can go back in the box. And I'm now going to reach for my indigo blue. So again, I'm just going to mark myself out a little centimetre there, and it almost goes to the bottom, but we might as well use the other blue. So gently over that line. And clearly, because we're getting further away from the lantern, the blues are getting deeper, so the less light is penetrating the sky the further away you get from the lantern. And hopefully I've been able to teach you quite a lot about light sources. And it really isn't rocket science, it's just trying to get it straight in your head that everything nearest your light sources will be in a lighter colour of the original shade. There we go. Quickly turn that upside down. Indigo blue. Sketch myself out a rough line like that. And what I'll do is, I think I'll do this strip from here to here, and then the more detailed bit around the mushrooms I'll go away and do later. But I'll just show you how I'm going to take this into black. So just lightly over this join in my indigo blue. And I've picked this swatch on purpose because clearly the blues get darker and darker and darker and darker and darker in tone until you take it through to black. And if your swatch is well planned, firmer in between again, if your swatch is well planned, it'll make your blending life a lot easier as well, because if you get your swatch in really close colour tones going up and down in variations of darkness and lightness, it just means you've got less to blend out because the colour tones are very close in the terms of their family values. Sounds like the Waltons, doesn't it? So I'm just going back to my denim blue and blending over that line like that. Then I'm going to go to my last blue, which is a very, very deep blue, and it's got a really interesting name. It's called Indanthrone blue. Really, really nice tone. So again, I'm just going to quickly finish off this tiny, tiny piece down here in my deepest blue. And then just quickly blend that away with my indigo. So again, my centimetre band to around about the middle of this mushroom here. And again, just lightly over the indigo. And you can see that this dark blue, this indanthrone, is virtually black, which is what I want, because this is the end of my blues. The next time I blend, I'll be blending into the black of the night sky. So again, light touch on either side. Like that, and firm it in between. And I'm quickly going to go back to my indigo, and again just blend away this colour variation. So I'm pressing firmly over this portion, which if you've been watching the tutorials you'll have seen me do a million times, and I'm sure you're an expert at by now. Right, okay, black. Exactly the same principle. I'm just going to make myself a little line. I don't really need to make myself a little line because clearly the rest of the sky is going to be black, but I just want to do this little light touch so that I can blend this band properly out of that blue. So again, taking the black lightly over that outer light edge of the previous indanthrone colour. Sounds like something out of a fantasy novel, indanthrone. And then we're just going to do firmly, firmly, firmly like that. And now you can see I'm in the pure black of the night sky. There we go. And then I'm just going to quickly end by taking my indanthrone blue again and just blending that deep, deep blue out into that black. And then what we'll do on the next tutorial is finish off that black night sky and maybe put a couple of little stars in, little twinkly stars. Okay, so I'll go away and finish this portion here, and hopefully when you've done that, you'll be ready for your black background. Thank you for listening. Hope you've enjoyed it so far, and you're enjoying how creative this lantern light can be. And I shall speak to you soon. Bye all.